How you guys doing? I got my juicer. I'm just gonna put some stuff in it, just to make something. Kind of hard to see. Let me see if there's anything I can put on. If you want that oil-free look all day, here's your nose dumbbell. Natural oil-free makeup from Revlon.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? It's because they rub against you, creating friction. And your clothes rub against you all day.
Just to put something in there.
Try Downy Free and Gentle. Just pour into the rinse dispenser, and Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer, fluffier, and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle, recognized by the National Psoriasis Foundation and National Eczema Association.
Have 7 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Feels like it could be.
So let's make up for lost time with more action on FanDuel Sportsbook all March.
I might want to just make a fruit one right now, and then
veggie towards the points with San Antonio, as they have on the year still been strong as a road dog.
Right.
And the Nuggets, just want to mention, are 4-1 against
And the outs for this game, but if it feels like everything, it. As they have on the year still been strong as a road dog.
So, it's kind of.
March is back. The March we all deserve. So let's make up for lost time. With more guaranteed takes from the group thread, more 12s over 5s, mascots over logic. Oh, and the best part, making someone like you a millionaire. Welcome back, March. Place your first bet risk-free. Plus, everyone gets a free shot at $1 million when they bet the tournament.
This is Johnny Carson's show.
FanDuel Sportsbook.
Let me turn that down a little. It's coming on. This is the directors round table. Todd Phillips, Martin Scorsese, Greta Gerwig, and Noah Baumbach. Turn that down a little.
Three nights at 8:30 beginning September, there'll be a new show on NBC called Chico and the Man. One of its stars is a young man we were talking about.
So, let me see what I'm going to do. Okay, I got celery. This is orange. Got a couple oranges. This is a mango. Cucumber. Some of you girls, you might pick out cucumbers you like, or some of you guys, I don't know. I'm not gay, I'm straight. Everybody knows that. This is broccoli. So I'll probably make a fruit one first, because I got some bananas. And I got celery. Here's another orange. So, let's see which one I'll make first. Orange. Plus I got my Malibu blend bag of veggies. Broccoli. I might throw a few things in there. Some things have to be cut. And bananas. Now, in reference to making juices, a lot of people like a lot of fruit juices, of course, and they like a lot of choices of juice machines, or whichever. But in reference to people, you might, it might get somewhat expensive. It might be a little way, but, a lot of people like making their own juices, too. So sometimes, putting an additive in there, like, such as you might buy you here's some grapes. I got grapes. But you might buy yourself, some veggies or fruits. Green apples. Oh, Lordy. Green apples. But you might buy yourself, a variety of fruit. where you use in your juice maker, and you buy an additive. Like you might buy some extra juice because you want to put the pulp in there, or you wanted a more stronger banana taste or orange taste, or you kind of create your own little different varieties of what juices you like. So instead of like using your juicer and say, oh wow, this gets expensive or whatever, and then throwing it out in your garage or storing it away, you might just find a way of getting certain fruits and vegetables over a periodic time, and getting you an added juice. Like you might buy some apples, and you might buy some apple juice too because you wanted some extra pulp, or you wanted a different variety of blends of different fruits. Like Five Alive's really good. The Tipton Juice Company has some good things too, of course. And you make your choices, you make your varieties that you want to look at and you want to get for whatever juice you're trying to make. But sometimes putting a little additive in there wets it down a little, or makes it a little more pulpy, and it's kind of less expensive somewhat if you buy maybe a juice that you frequently use, just as an additive. So you might put pulp in it, and then other types of varieties of veggies or juice or fruits, and then you just add a little cup or half a cup of regular juice. That way you keep your juice working, your juice machine active, or you keep yourself a little active, and it helps a little price wise if you kind of buy an additive juice that you can add to your blend of things if it gets too costly for you. And that's a good thing for a lot of people that use juice makers, and they have their choices of their favorites and what they choose for their particular regimen of their exercise or their activity of bodybuilding or smoothies or whichever. You're just straight fruit juices, and you got your choices. So that way you kind of keep yourself actively involved if you wanted to be, in reference to being making your own juices, which is cool. So it's kind of like, if it gets too costly, maybe buy you some grape juice or cranberry juice to add it in there with it too, in reference to the pulp and the fruit that you use for your juice maker. So it's kind of like, this is a new juice maker, I got it today, and so it's kind of one of those things where using certain things, buying certain things, and you have your choices and things you like. So it's kind of go with the flow on some things. That way you kind of keep it, somewhat inexpensive for yourself, so you don't get, overwhelmed with, buying, large amounts of veggies and large amounts of fruit, where you could, you want the choices that you want, but then you kind of want to add maybe a little extra juice from a bottle, a fruit company or vegetable juice. It's always wonderful just to add more volume to your production of your own juices that you make and your own choices. That way you keep yourself, in tune with your own anatomy, in tune with your own little concoctions of juices that you make for your nutrition and health purposes. So you don't get overwhelmed with, like you go to the vegetable store or you go to the supermarkets, and then you buy, $20-$30 worth of vegetables, and then you come out with, just, maybe half a gallon of juice, and you're just like, well, that's kind of expensive, or, whatever the variable prices are in reference to the markets. So it's kind of good if you kind of just, make a choice, go along with your choice, and then maybe get you an additive, like a bottle of juice. That way you can kind of, keep things going, and you don't feel like you're losing out on, spending a lot of money on things. So it's kind of, one of those things where you contemplate price, you contemplate, the activity of things, and then you kind of say, well, it gets expensive. So then you say, well, I'll just add a little juice from a bottle and get more volume, And then that's one of the things you can do. So you don't, so you keep yourself active. You keep yourself active with, making juices and having fun and liking your own choices, you know what I mean? Or choices of, varieties of companies. They're like Dole's a good company. Hello, Dole. How you guys doing? And Dannon, and yogurts and different ice creams and mixing things up and making fruits and fruit juices and toppings of, for some things. Just depends on, some things you'd have to dry out, or you use the pulp for certain things on top of your ice creams or whatever your choices might be. And let me see. A butcher knife. Let me see how this. Let's see how this works. See, little orange, cutting it up. Just kind of, working it. Takes a little time, get into it, and you enjoy it, and you have, your own selections, and you can make it, a particular style, like maybe more banana-y, or, some people like the skin on the fruits and veggies, and that's pretty good too, People have their own particular choices. And we'll see how this one goes. See. The Power XL juicer. Cool to how oranges are sometimes, a little. I had to scrape that thing off my arm. I don't know what the heck it is. So that's what that is. There's a video on my channel in reference to one day these people had put that on there. Some government man did that shit. Lovely, beautiful green apple. Love it, love it, love it. Amazing. Love green apples. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at these beautiful apples. hello Gary Oldman, and hello actors and entertainers and directors, celebrities. Some people want to know what characters I played in movies or sang, reference to songs. Some of them can make YouTube videos if they want. And other actors can make YouTube videos of characters that I've performed as, film. Don't forget I'm a bodybuilder too, so you might have to check with a Mr. Olympia or Joe Weider. Some other individuals are 5% low in reference to information about the Rich Piana brand of certain nutritional products, and GNC and Vitamin Shop. I love pineapple. Hello, Hawaii and tropical places. Now, of course, everybody knows I know a lot about different seasonings, and there's some wonderful, wonderful, amazing seasonings. And in reference to like fruit and tropical seasonings, they have them in Hawaii too. In reference to fruit products in Asia, certain particular delicious, amazing seasonings that go with certain types of fruits, and they're really good. I'll see how this tastes. Really good. So, in reference to the thing of it is I'd be out of fruit real quick, but I got fruit juice in there too. And, so you kind of mix and match. So, in reference to mixing it up, putting different things in there. At first, a lot of times, now you remember, in reference to fresh fruit, it's not as sweet sometimes as what some people might be used to. So it's kind of like reference to making choices. And some people put sweeteners in theirs, and you can put certain Sweet and Low or Splenda or just some particular sweeteners if you so chose. Your own choices, of course. I'm cutting a mango. I got a butcher knife, so it's kind of like gotta be careful with that, right? Which, of course, you can put a whole mango in there without peeling it. It's not an avocado, it then has an avocado seed in the middle of it. But some people put different pulp or different things in there. Orange peels and orange chicken, huh? That's pretty good stuff, isn't it? And different varieties of chicken, or different varieties of seasonings and ingredients, of course. in reference to a lot of different choices, and there's all kinds of different, selections that people can get for different juices, different varieties. Where, a person might make their own selections and choices and be able to enjoy what they put together for their particular fruit or vegetable juices. Beautiful apples, yeah. I love green apples and yellow apples. Red apples are good too, but I like the taste of green apples and yellow apples. And strawberries and cherries and grapes and other things too. I got some grapes here. Put a few of those in there. And, in reference to, I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions, of course. And I want that one mansion, too, the one in Beverly Hills or Bel Air. Now, in reference to mansions of my mother and father and grandparents and family history, I'm the owner of those, too, in reference to my mother and father's mansions and grandparents' mansions. So, a lot of people might wonder, some of them are famous properties that, some people know of, and they're, important for people to know that,